You spend around 7 hours a week on YouTube. Yet in 2005, it launched as a video dating site, and it flopped. Exploding server costs pushed the company to the brink of collapse before it could find its audience. So how did YouTube start so differently, and why did it almost die out? In 2005, sharing video on the internet was a nightmare. You had to email huge files, pray the format worked, or host it on your own website and pay for bandwidth you couldn't afford. Most people didn't even have the right software to watch videos. Different codecs, different players. Half the time, nothing loaded. People wanted to share video, moments, jokes, clips, but there was no simple, universal way to do it. The internet had blogs, it had photos, but video was still locked behind technical walls. And that gap is what YouTube's founders saw. They didn't start with a big vision to build the world's largest video platform. They just wanted to make video easy. Easy to upload, easy to watch, easy to share. But there was a problem. They completely misunderstood how people wanted to use it. Because when YouTube launched, it wasn't a video platform at all. It was a dating site. And that mistake almost killed it. The idea was simple. Users would upload short videos introducing themselves, explaining who they were and what they were looking for. In theory, video would make online dating more authentic. In reality, almost no one wanted to do it. Talking to a camera felt awkward, personal, and unnecessary. People didn't want to advertise themselves, especially not on a brand new, empty website. The format added pressure instead of removing it, and uploads barely trickled in. YouTube had solved the hardest technical problem in online video, but it wrapped that solution inside a use case that nobody actually wanted. The pivot didn't come from a big strategy meeting. It came from watching what little users were actually doing. People weren't uploading dating videos, but when something newsworthy happened, a party, a joke, a clip they couldn't email, they used YouTube anyway. Not to date, just to share. The founders realized the value wasn't who was on camera, it was the fact that the video worked. So they removed the dating angle, opened uploads to everything, and let people decide what the site was for. The moment YouTube stopped telling users why to upload and simply made it easy, the platform finally came alive. For a long time, YouTube didn't make any. The site was growing fast, but growth didn't pay the bills. Every video upload meant storage. Every view meant bandwidth. And bandwidth was brutally expensive in 2005. The more YouTube succeeded, the more money it burned. There were no subscriptions, no ads, no clear plan. Investors were nervous. A website built on user-generated video looked risky, and most media companies thought it was a legal nightmare waiting to happen. Why pour money into a site that got more expensive the bigger it grew? But YouTube had something rare: attention. Millions of people were watching, sharing, and coming back every day. The platform wasn't profitable, but it was becoming unavoidable. And in Silicon Valley, attention is a currency of its own. YouTube didn't need to solve monetization immediately. It needed to become the place for online video. Once it did, the money problem stopped being how do we survive and became who will pay the most to own this. When Google acquired YouTube in 2006 for $1.65 billion, the deal marked a turning point. YouTube wasn't profitable and was still spending heavily to keep the platform running, but it had already become the default place people went to watch online video. Google wasn't buying current revenue, it was buying reach, behavior, and a foothold in the future of media. With Google's infrastructure, legal resources, and advertising system behind it, YouTube's biggest limitations disappeared. The platform that struggled to sustain its own growth was suddenly positioned to scale globally. After the acquisition, YouTube didn't change overnight, but the control did. Google didn't redesign the site or strip away what made it work. Instead, it quietly took over the parts users never saw. Servers were upgraded, infrastructure scaled, legal systems were put in place, ads were slowly woven in. Behind the scenes, it was now backed by one of the most powerful companies in the world. And that's how YouTube became the giant it is today, from the brink of extinction to total domination.